Welcome back to Behind the Mind. Today, we're diving into one of the most misunderstood and yet most powerful emotions known to humanity: love. Everyone talks about it, everyone wants it, but very few people truly understand what it really is. So, what is love? Is it a feeling, a choice, a chemical reaction, or is it something deeper? Something that transcends logic, science, and even words themselves. Let's start from the beginning. When you first fall in love, your brain releases a cocktail of chemicals: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, the same chemicals associated with pleasure, addiction, and reward. That's why new love feels like a high. It's intoxicating, it's powerful, it makes you feel alive. But that rush you feel, that's not the full story. That's just attraction, the spark that pulls two people together. Love, the real kind, begins after that spark fades. It begins in the quiet moments, the arguments, the forgiveness, the choice to stay when it's easier to walk away. Love isn't just what you feel, it's what you do. Real love isn't always butterflies and perfect moments. It's the decision to understand when you don't feel understood. It's seeing someone's flaws and still choosing them, not because they're perfect, but because their imperfections fit perfectly with yours. And that's the thing. Love evolves. In the beginning, it's passion. Later, it becomes connection. Then it turns into commitment. Passion ignites, but commitment sustains. Psychologically, love operates on three levels: intimacy, passion, and commitment, what researchers call Sternberg's triangular theory of love. Intimacy is emotional closeness, when you share your fears, dreams, and truths. Passion is desire, the fire that keeps you drawn to the person. And commitment is choice, the conscious decision to remain loyal even when the fire dims. When all three exist together, that's what we call consummate love, the highest, most balanced form of love. But here's where people often get it wrong. They chase passion, but neglect commitment. They want the thrill, but not the responsibility. They want to feel love, not to build it. Love isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create through effort, communication, patience, and time. And here's something deeper. Love isn't possession, it's freedom. It's giving someone the space to be themselves and still choosing them. It's not, I need you, it's, I choose you. When you love someone from a place of need, it's dependency. But when you love from a place of abundance, it's connection. Real love isn't about filling a void. It's about sharing your completeness with another. Love also changes how we see the world. When you love, your brain releases oxytocin, which increases empathy and trust. That's why people in love tend to become softer, more forgiving, more emotionally open. But love can also hurt. It's one of the few emotions that can bring both the greatest joy and the deepest pain. Because to love is to be vulnerable. And vulnerability always comes with risk. The risk of rejection, betrayal, or loss. Yet, despite that, humans keep falling in love again and again. Because love, at its core, gives life meaning. It makes us feel seen. It reminds us that we're not alone. Love teaches us patience. It teaches us humility. It teaches us that connection is worth more than pride. And sometimes love isn't about staying. It's about letting go. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is allow someone the freedom to find themselves, even if that means you're no longer part of their journey. Love isn't about control. It's about acceptance. It's not about fixing someone. It's about seeing their chaos and choosing to stand beside them anyway. Now, let's talk about self-love, the foundation of all love. You can't truly love others if you don't love yourself. Self-love isn't arrogance. It's awareness. It's knowing your worth, setting boundaries, and refusing to settle for less than mutual respect. When you love yourself, you stop chasing people who don't value you. You stop begging for attention. You attract people who match your energy because you're already whole on your own. And when two whole people come together, not out of need, but out of genuine desire to grow together, that's where the magic happens. Love isn't just romance. It's friendship, compassion, respect, and trust, all intertwined. It's being someone's peace in a chaotic world. But remember, love isn't supposed to be constant euphoria. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's silent. But even in silence, true love speaks through small gestures, quiet care, and consistency. Love isn't loud. It's steady. It's not found in grand declarations, but in everyday actions. The check-in text, the reassuring hug, the way someone listens without judging. That's love in its purest form. The greatest mistake people make is expecting love to feel the same forever. It doesn't. It changes, it matures, it deepens. What was once fire becomes warmth. Not as thrilling, but far more sustaining. And in that warmth, you find safety. In that safety, you find peace. And in that peace, you find the truest form of love. The one that doesn't need to prove itself because it simply is. So, what is love? Love is not just a word. It's not just a feeling. It's the courage to open your heart knowing it might get broken, and doing it anyway. Because even if love ends, it leaves you better than it found you. Love shapes you. It softens the hard parts of your soul. It humbles you. It heals you. And when you experience real love, the kind that's selfless, patient, and pure, you'll realize that nothing else in the world compares. So maybe love can't be defined in words. Maybe it's not meant to be explained, only experienced. Because in the end, love isn't something you understand with your mind. It's something you feel with your soul. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Behind the Mind.